English learners. Welcome to the English Podcast Arena.
Hello and welcome. I'm John, and I'm really glad you chose to spend a few minutes with me today. Take a quiet breath and notice the sound of your own voice inside your head. That sound will become stronger as you practice. I'll speak slowly and clearly so you can listen closely, repeat when you want, and feel comfortable with every sentence. Today's topic is simple but powerful: how to make English practice part of your daily life. You don't need long hours or perfect conditions. Small, regular actions will lead to real progress. Many learners believe they must move to an English-speaking country or find a native speaker to live beside them to get better. That idea makes learning feel hard and far away. The truth is different. You can build English skills inside your current life. What you need are tiny, smart habits that fit into what you already do. These habits train your ears, your speaking muscles, and your thinking in English. They help you feel more natural and less nervous when you use English in real moments. A quick word before we begin. The method I'll ask you to try is called shadowing. Shadowing is simple and direct. It means you listen and you copy again and again like an echo. The goal is not to understand every single word at first. Instead, it is to match the sounds, the rhythm, and the movement of English. Shadowing trains your mouth and your brain to work together so your speech becomes faster, smoother, and more confident. Even a short daily practice will help. Now let's practice shadowing for 1 minute together. I will say a short sentence and then I want you to repeat it aloud or quietly, matching the speed and the feeling as best you can. Say this: I am practicing English every day. Say that now. Good. Now say this: I listen, then I speak. Repeat it. Now try. Little steps make big change. Repeat. If you feel shy, whisper. If you can speak out loud, do it. The most important thing is to copy the sound without translating. When you practice like this regularly, your pronunciation and rhythm will improve quickly. Shadowing can feel strange at first. You may not know all the words you hear, and that is okay. The point is to get used to the music of English, the melody of stress and intonation, the way words connect, and the small pauses between phrases. Try to do this for a few minutes each day. 5 minutes is a good start. If you commit to 5 minutes every day, your brain will begin to adjust and your mouth will remember the patterns naturally. Next, let's talk about 5 practical ways to practice English every day. These are small habits you can add to your routine. They are easy to repeat and they work together. I will explain each one clearly, give examples, and remind you how to make them fit your life. First, listen to English daily. Listening is the foundation of language learning. When you hear English often, you pick up vocabulary, rhythm, and natural expressions without heavy study. You do not need to understand everything. Listening is like letting rain water the soil. Gradually, your language grows. You can listen to short podcasts, songs, news clips, or simple stories. If you only have 10 minutes, use those 10 minutes. If you walk to work, listen while you walk. If you cook, play an English audio in the background. Little amounts of listening add up quickly. Second, shadow the audio you hear. After you listen, speak. Repeat short sentences exactly as you heard them. Copy the tone and the speed and do not stop to translate. If a sentence is hard, repeat it 3 or 4 times until your mouth feels the shape of the words. Shadowing is not grammar study, it is muscle training. It helps you move from thinking about words to saying them fluidly. This is where listening becomes speaking. Third, think in English in small steps. Thinking directly in English reduces your need to translate, and translation slows you down. Start with one idea at a time. When you wake up, notice how you feel and say a mental sentence in English. I feel sleepy. I will make tea. Later, when you walk outside, name things quietly in English. The sky is blue. The bus is late. This practice helps your brain link your thoughts with English words and phrases. Over time, your thinking will move faster and your speaking will follow. Fourth, read aloud every day. Reading silently helps your vocabulary, but reading out loud is how you train your voice. Choose short texts, a simple news paragraph, a children's story, or a short dialogue from a learning book. Read it slowly, then read it again with more expression, and finally read it at a normal speed. Reading aloud strengthens the connection between sight, sound, and meaning. Pretend you are telling a small story to a friend. This will make your speech clearer and more expressive. Fifth, use English in daily activities. Make English part of ordinary things. Change your phone language to English so common words appear every day. Write your shopping list or your to-do list in English. Leave short notes for yourself in English around your home. When you label objects and actions in your daily life, learning happens without extra effort. These small changes turn routine moments into learning moments. They create passive learning opportunities that are very effective. Now I want to add specific, practical examples to help you apply these 5 tips. Imagine your morning. When you wake up, listen to a short English audio while getting ready. Shadow one sentence while brushing your teeth. Think one English thought about breakfast. Read one short paragraph from a story while you drink tea. Write 3 simple sentences in your phone about your plan for the day. In the evening, record a 1-minute voice note describing what you did. These actions together take only a few minutes, but they cover listening, speaking, reading, thinking, and writing. That balanced practice helps you grow steadily. If you feel nervous about speaking, start with private practice. Record 1-minute voice messages to yourself. Speak about your day, your feelings, or one interesting thing you learned. When you listen back, you will notice small errors and small strengths. Celebrate the strengths first, then focus on one tiny improvement for the next day. This method builds both skill and confidence. It also trains you to hear your own voice in English, a very valuable habit. Another useful idea is to find small communities online that match your level. There are many groups for learners where people share short messages and voice notes. You do not need to speak to a large audience. Even reading messages and listening to simple voice notes builds comprehension and gives you safe spaces to try writing and speaking. If you can, send short messages in English. Ask a simple question or reply to someone's post. Communication is practice. Use it gently and often. Short social media videos are great for daily practice if you choose them carefully. Pick clips that are clear and short, like 20 to 60 seconds. Watch them 2 or 3 times and then pause to repeat the lines. Copy the speaker's tone and rhythm. If the speaker uses a new word, note it and try to use it later in your voice recording. Short videos are convenient and fun, and they give you real examples of how people speak today. Let's also discuss thinking strategies that help you avoid translation. If you notice yourself translating, pause and return to very simple sentences. Describe what you see, what you do, and what you feel in basic words. Use verbs you know and put them into short sentences. If you want to say something more complex, break it into 2 simple sentences. This technique makes your message clear and keeps your flow moving. Over time, you will find you need less and less translation. Grammar matters, but it can wait in small steps. For daily fluency, focus on meaning first. Can people understand your idea? Use simple tenses correctly most of the time and correct one common error at a time. For example, if you often forget past tense endings, notice that and practice sentences that use the past. If articles are difficult, practice short lines that include a, an, and the. Small, targeted grammar practice combined with speaking will raise your accuracy naturally. Vocabulary grows best when it is useful. Learn words that fit your life, kitchen words if you cook, work words if you work, school words if you study. Make small lists of 5 words and use each one in a sentence that day. Repeating words in context helps you remember them. When a new word appears in a podcast or video, write it down and try to say it aloud 3 times during the day. These little repetitions are powerful memory helpers. Let's return to shadowing for a second because it is so important. If a sentence is long, break it into 2 parts. Practice each part until your mouth feels comfortable. Then join the parts. When you match the speaker's rhythm, notice the little drops or rises of voice. These are called intonation. Intonation changes the meaning in English. For example, a rising voice at the end can show a question. Try to copy those rises and falls. This makes your speech sound more natural. Now I want to give you a gentle motivational tip. Measure progress by what you can do, not by how perfect you are. Language learning is slow and steady. Notice small wins. 1 minute of speaking without stopping, a sentence you said without thinking, a new word used correctly. Keep a short progress list. Today I shadowed 5 minutes. Today I recorded 1 minute. Today I used a new word. Over weeks, these small wins become large changes. Practice consistency rather than intensity. It is better to practice 10 minutes every day than 2 hours only once a week. Daily repetition builds neural pathways in your brain. Think of learning like building a brick wall. Each small practice is one brick. Over time, the wall becomes strong and tall. If you miss a day, don't worry. Return the next day and keep going. The habit is what matters most. If you want feedback, find someone you trust who can listen to short voice notes and give gentle suggestions. Or use an app that analyzes pronunciation for simple guidance. But beware of waiting for perfect feedback before you speak. Many learners delay speaking until they think they are ready. The fastest improvement happens when you speak early and often, then correct small things as you go. Finally, remember this. Learning English is not only about ability, it is also about identity. When you use English daily, you add another voice to yourself, one that can express thoughts, feelings, and ideas in a different way. That new voice becomes part of who you are. It is not a replacement, it is an addition. Be patient and kind with yourself during this change. Thank you for spending this time with me. Try one small thing today. Maybe change one setting on your phone or record one 1-minute voice note. Keep it simple and keep it steady. I'll be here again, speaking slowly and clearly to guide you through more practice. See you next time.